Oh, what's up, world? It's LA Prepper, and we are live from, well, Los Angeles. I mean, where else would LA Prepper be? LA Prepper never goes anywhere, just stays in his car all day when he's not at work. God, I will never forget what it was like. Wow, that's kind of a crazy horror film color with those taillights in my face right now. Oh man. Oh, I really want to have a cigarette, but it's going to be super loud while I'm driving. Almost forgot the beer at the house, at the office. It's definitely not good. So I don't know if I have anything super. Where is my? I don't know if I have anything super exciting to report about work today. You know, maybe. God, I really. What the hell was that? Man, this crane is hauling ass. One of those like crane trucks. This guy's doing like 70 miles an hour. But we are, massive business. I guess California's opened up now, magically. We elected a senior citizen who belongs in a nursing home, and now, now everything's okay. So that's great. And honestly, I'm so, I'm so exhausted by the last 4 years of political crybabies. I, I don't even want to put any mental energy into it. What is going on, Uncle Al? If you saw the video that I shot last night, Uncle Al, you would be mortified. It was hamburger helper lasagna, 4 hot dogs, and a can of Chipotle chilies, which was fucking delicious, if you ask me. But probably more of that urban teenager cooking that you like to talk about. Um, Anyways, work Saturday. Did just friggin' slept on Sunday. I've really been kind of lagging on the house. Talked to my realtor, wants me to borrow like $30,000 to ADU the garage, which is kind of intense. Which, believe it or not, would potentially pay for itself if refinancing out of the FHA loan and into a conventional loan gets me out of the PMI. But that might kind of break even with the payment on the personal loan. So I live in California. I already have a Chinese master, don't I? Don't we? Who controls Newsom? Is Newsom controlled just an old American elite family? Or is basically every family in politics influenced by some large international cabal of billionaires? I don't know. I mean, to get to be a billionaire, you kind of rub shoulders with people that all collude about everything, right? I mean, I'm not saying like Elon Musk is colluding with like Richard Branson on like space stuff. I mean, they're kind of like their owner Bezos. I don't think Bezos is colluding with Virgin. But you get the sense there's this sort of interconnectivity of people like at the top. Yeah, my cooking plan right now is I don't know what's wrong with me, Uncle Al. I mean, I could go buy a brand new stove, but the thing is, like, my kitchen is so janky that I really don't want a really nice brand new stove because it's just going to make my kitchen look even shittier. I know that's kind of backwards thinking, but I don't know. It just hasn't. Like, if I worked 40 hours a week consistently every week, I think I probably would have gotten a stove. But because breakfast, like, most breakfasts I do don't need to really be in the oven. So mostly I would use the oven like for night stuff. or on the weekends, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of dysfunctional right now. Maybe I've always been, but I'm just not into buying a stove. I will have to at some point, if only because when I rent the place, the tenants are going to need a goddamn stove. So, but yeah, the butcher, yours truly, was going to chop some meat today, but then the meat had to get processed again, not by a butcher. So the butcher did not chop any meat, although the butcher was doing some meat experimentation, which is some very interesting stuff. But the experimentation did not go as planned, so I must consult the morning butcher for better advice. Morning butcher will have some guidance for me, I'm sure. You have a system for cooking. It's probably in one of your recent videos. I've sort of kind of been off and on, but if it's in a video you made, feel free to let me know. Or if it's in a video series you're going to make, my parents have the system where they have like a spreadsheet of like 200 things that they can cook for dinner. And every week they pick like, I don't know, 7 things and just kind of cook those. They like buy groceries for those. Because of course, I don't know if you find this to be true, Uncle Al, but I really struggle. Like you buy all the ingredients for one meal and then you have all these leftover ingredients that don't really go with other meals necessarily, you know? But I'm not like really good at the. I kind of have been wanting to get into the meal planning thing for a while. You know, you cook like on Sunday or whatever, then you freeze them, or you cook 14 meals. But I'm just not quite organized or motivated enough to do that yet. Perhaps at some point I will be, and let's see if I cannot irritate the Popo who is behind me right now. It's not usually a problem. I'm pretty low profile on the Lex side here. Plus, the way people drive in LA, I'd have to be doing something pretty stupid to, well, knock on wood, right? Don't count your eggs until, what is this guy's deal? Go around. Not driving 50 miles an hour. So, what to do if you are near a policeman on the road? Do not touch your phone. Do not look nervous. Do not look over. Drive safely according to the rules of the road. Just pull over, not like stop, but I mean, just cops like to drive fast. Don't be doing like 40 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour place in front of the cop. Just pull over, let the cop drive. He doesn't care if you're going 36 or 41. They got bigger. They usually have bigger things to do, especially now that we've cut the budget in LA. Like this whole idea that you're just going to stop funding. I mean, police aren't perfect, and I have a lot of issues with like over policing and such, but just getting rid of all the cops, I guarantee you, is not the solution. That is a really, really, really fucking bad solution. My personal opinion. I think society is kind of screwed up from a crime standpoint, especially because the powers that be, want to do things like let criminals out, arrest people, and then not charge them, let them out on bail. Let criminals that just. I'm not going to go there, but the way that society deals with people that make mistakes is screwed up on a lot of different levels. And no, I don't just mean we need to throw a lot more people in prison and jail. Some people should be in prison and jail. Some people need to be diverted from prison and jail. I mean, the amount of people that we sent to prison for an ounce of like weed is just fucking idiotic. You know, you're gonna destroy someone's life over an ounce of weed. Like, I don't care if he's selling it to fucking 17-year-olds. Like, Jesus Christ, man. They're gonna get it from somewhere. Some kind of diversion program. You know, have them talk to the kids at school about entrepreneurship and starting your own business and money management and client relations. You don't think a drug dealer could teach a class about client relations? Pretty sure they could. But instead, we take people for these petty ass stupid crimes, send them to prison, cost the Californians $80,000 a fucking year or whatever to lock somebody up. Just why is society so screwed up? You know, I swear, Uncle Al, I am going to run for office at some point before I die. It's on the bucket list. It's on the mental bucket list. Probably wouldn't win. Probably piss off a bunch of people. Yeah, and you know the biggest fucked up thing about forced labor is they don't even pay a minimum wage. I don't even know how they get around this legally, but they pay them like 10 or 20 cents an hour, and then the ramen at the store can't remember what they call it. But the jail store, the ramen's like $2 or something. So you could literally work an entire day and barely be able to afford a cup of ramen, which is like 25 cents at the 99-cent store. Like, they're already in prison. Why do you need to rip them off? Fuck's sake. Like, you could seriously get rich in prison smuggling in ramen if you could figure out how to do it. You know, I don't know, a fucking catapult or a drone or something, right? But it's just the whole penal system is so screwed up. You know, not every prison is screwed up. Some wardens aren't the worst people in the world, and like some prisons have like these animal, like the prisoners will work with animals from a shelter, and it helps them like take care of the animals, and the prisoners, you know, feel something they can do that they can be proud of, and you know, they're not like just because if you just spend all your time in prison thinking about how shitty your life is, you're not going to really be in a great state of mind when you get out. You want, ideally, people that have any sort of chance at living a good life to live a good life. You don't want them to fuck up and go back to prison 2 months later. That's a really shitty for them. It's shitty for society. It's shitty for their family. It's really not good to anyone to have people just keep going back to prison over and over again. I got a lot of sleep on the weekend, Uncle Al, on Sunday mostly. But we are home. It is beer 30. I have finished my somewhat standard 13 to 15 minute live stream on the way home. So until next time, like, comment, subscribe, keep prepping. Let me know what you think about the penal system. And do we need more crimes, less crimes? Do we need society? Till next time, like, comment, subscribe, and keep prepping.